that low. Oh, hey, speak of the devil, I honestly did not know we were going to see Tub, but here they are, Tub up on stream, taking on the Grillers yet again. So the Grillers being the repeat team. So they must have played Forest Fire off stream. Don't know how that set went, but Tub in a position right now. They are 1-1. We know that for sure. The Grillers, we know they're at least 0-1, depending on how their match went off that we didn't see. But
yeah,
I speak of the devil. I'm glad we'll get to see Tub. So you scrimmed them. What are we going to see from these guys?
You know,
at least from your scrim.
So I forget the maps and modes that we played, but we saw a very lethal E-leader come out. And you have a Charger who just has that aim that can just take on anybody. It's so hard.
You know what? We were talking about these guys on the podcast yesterday, and we were just kind of laughing because the weapons they have listed in here are like Squiffer, Custom Blaster, Nautilus, and Neo Clash Blaster. And we're like, that's not a comp. That's not legal. How the heck does that work? So an E-leader. I mean, that can kind of go with – I guess it kind of depends on what the maps are. So
right.
Tower control at Shipyard. You can E-leader on that sucker.
Yeah. So we could very well see it. But, again, the more weapons that you have in your pocket, the more flexible you can be.
You know what? They're playing the Grillers. As a Hydra player, everybody's complaining about, like, use missile spam against Hydras.
Yeah.
And it works. But I'm telling you right now, I love the missile spam meta we're in, because it killed off my Predator, the E-leader. I cannot play against a really good E-leader. I will drop Hydra. I mean, I'm not even going to mess with it, honestly. But with missile spam and double armor, a lot of those Charger players kind of went away, and it's like, all right, I'm fine dodging missiles if it means I don't have to. If it means I can like peek around the corner and actually throw some shots at some people.
Yeah.
So that's going to be it's going to be interesting to see how Devi deals with this Charger player that you're saying was pretty cracked that we're expecting to see from the side of Tub. But they also have like Squiffer and Bamboo listed here.
Yeah, so you can be pretty flexible. You know, if you're playing one Charger, you can likely do Bamboo.
Two of these players have Hydra listed on. So you got the Squiffer Bamboo player. Another one's got Hydra listed and undercut. Are these real weapons they got listed down here? I feel like this is a meme.
Hey, they're all weapons in Splatoon 2.
There are weapons, but they're not weapons you can put together in theory and beat a team like Forest Fire left. But I guess we'll kind of find out here.
Yeah, hey, we love to be surprised, though. That's the thing. Like, the more surprised we are, as long as we don't have technical difficulties.
Good surprises.
Good surprises. Exactly,
yeah.
Good surprises.
Some surprises are not so fun.
Yeah.
Depending on how high up the TO food chain you are, too, probably.
But
less fun as well.
with weapons, though, because I love to see unconventional things. I just love to see unconventional teams. We have a team Kingmaker who is participating today.
Unconventional. I saw them through the little crowd here a little bit earlier.
Okay,
they are in the venue.
But they have a triple brush comp.
Yeah.
Super fun to watch. Lovely people, too. So.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I think I said that every time I talk about Kingmaker. I'm like, these guys are so wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're awesome. Probably be on stream at some point in the next set after this. This is the last one for us, right?
This is the last one for us.
And if this is like, I'm not calling this, but if this is a quick 3-0, we might get back on pace. We were like 30 minutes behind, but about 10 minutes until the top of the hour here. But hopefully this one's a little bit more close. The Grillers, again, they got that first match out of the way. They got the experience of being on the stage now, which is something Tub doesn't have.
Right.
I mean, they're being commentated by us. That can be kind of nerve-wracking unless it's not.
Yeah.
Tower control Shipyard.
Yeah, and let's take a look at these Tub weapons since we're kind of going in blind here. So let's have a look. Okay, so nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
Where's all the Clash Blasters and the Rollers and the double Hydra? This packet's full of nonsense. Oh, that Squiffer's got a lot of range on it, though.
Yeah,
There's a lot of range on that sucker.
A lot of MPU coming out for Tub. So, I mean, they're going to be pushing up. Look, they already have two players in front of the tower trying to get these early picks on the Grillers, but still, we're 20 seconds in and nobody has been splatted quite yet, but we do see specials coming out from both teams as Sloth trying to stay alive, goes in Fight Club, as you call it.
Yeah.
And
1v1s in Fight Club only.
Yeah, able to stay alive and now finally taking the tower as a three-player advantage. Can they get this last pick on the Knot? Who's going to be jumping out? That is a no. Tub is now going to be getting to this first checkpoint.
Double Splatling comp coming out here from the Grillers. Some people think that's a that violates some sort of rules or something, like a unwritten rules that you can't use double splatling. It doesn't really matter. Nautilus is fine. The problem is you just need a lot of paint for it. The K-Shot and the N-Zap can provide that, but your splatlings need to get the splat so that your shooters can put the paint down. Splats are kind of having hard to come by here for the Grillers so far. Taku, coming off of the Zappa, is on the shot, trying to take care of the Nautilus, who has a really good position along the enemy side of the map, and now players are starting to jump in. Tub getting control of the Grillers area.
Yeah, Tub, I mean, getting all the way to 36 on a pretty early push is nice, and they still have the aggression. They are still able to pick up, and Sloth with a nice pick there on Jamie. Look at Aang just being over here on the side. Can they take down the K-Shot? They can, and they're now at the 3rd checkpoint, pushing up just the Not Alive. As they are now being pushed out, this is looking really, really nice for Tub.
Yeah, this should be a KO unless a Hail Mary bomb from that junior can do something right there, and it's not going to land in time. Tub, I said I wanted to see them. They look pretty good.
Yeah, a pretty dominant game 1 there against the Grillers. It started off a little slow, but you know, you don't want to come out guns ablaze, and you need to be a little more conservative and just look at the play style from some of the players. But once you kind of get that figured out, you can really make use of the weapons and the tools that you have. And again, when you have a push like that, unstoppable, just keep going. Just keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, and when you can just keep your Nautilus in that great area, I mean, that's what it's about. It's like capturing certain areas and not leaving there, especially in tower control, moving with the tower. And you could see that Nautilus being in that position was a annoyance for the Grillers, and they just couldn't find a way to deal with it. So the Squiffer came out. We might see the Squiffer again. I don't know, but I do want to point out the Squiffer had 3 mains of main power-up. That gives it pretty much splat charger range to some extent. And I've seen some Squiffer players who won't use mains of main power-up, but they'll load up the subs on it so that when you like check the map at the beginning,
you don't see it.
You don't see it until you get splatted, which is kind of, I've seen people kind of complain about, like, I don't know what the range is of that thing until it kills me, and then it's too late.
Right.
But yeah, just coming up front and being like, here's 3 mains, I'm gunning from you from halfway across the map. Just want you to know.
You're setting the tone, be like, this is what you need to look out for.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, we'll see if we see it for the next game. As
people are chanting Teletubbies, is that what I'm hearing here? It's just the beginning. Wait till top 12 comes around.
Wait till tonight when everyone's been here for a while, and then tomorrow.
When we're going through Redemption and they're also going through like top 64 or something like that.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be wild. Yeah.
We're getting through it. Game 2. Humpback, is it Rainmaker Humpback? No, there's only I believe there's only 4 maps in each world. Maybe there's 5 splat zones.
5 zones and then 4 of the
4
others.
of each. Very, very limited map pool here.
So these players, as they play for a while, they're going to just get really used to some of these maps.
And there's no like weird maps either or anything kind of controversial. People know the V Hydra make an appearance here. The fresh Squiff. Why are we seeing all these fresh Squiffers on stream today? I'm not sure. Opening Gambits. Watch out. We're going to see some fireworks early from Tub.
Early pop there from Tub as they're able to get it and using the armor too. But look how much paint is already out there for Tub. They're able to pick up the Rainmaker and taking it on this right side. And this is going to be a very good push. Just got to avoid the junior player who's trying to throw some of these bombs and staying alive, able to stay alive as they are going to now push forward. But the Hydra sees them. Devi able to take them down as Devi stays alive and is still looking, trying to get players who are going to be maybe getting this pop. But look, all the way to 14 so quickly.
Goodness. Double inkjet kind of popped. Double inkjet getting popped right there. The push is still going to go. Taku doing everything that they can to kind of slow this down. 1 point meme keeping it alive. Can the Grillers find a way to just avoid disaster right here?
I don't know how Sloth stayed alive at that point. I thought they were going to get splatted, but Devi doing what she needs to do and just drop this Rainmaker. It's like, I don't care if I get splatted right after, but now Sloth going to be taking it up this left side and has support from their teammates. Can they stay alive, avoiding some of these splat bombs, some of these auto bombs, as they have armor as well, but now able to going down. Man, they're such a fun and aggressive team.
The Grillers need to find a way that they can breathe right now. Just kind of let things reset. If they can let the Rainmaker reset on its own, popping this kind of inkjet a little bit early, there's like nothing you can really do right now. So the Grillers a little discombobulated, but again, if somebody can just start popping off, start getting some splats, you can get yourself mentally back into this one. Still tons of time left to go. Oh, here we go. Is it going to land? Is it going to land on something? Oh, the spectator cam went away. Oh, no. Devi didn't even use the splashdown, so
yeah, just kind of jumped out, needed to regroup and recenter. But again, you know, if you're the Grillers now, you kind of have a change of mentality. You know you have to knock out to win. So, like, if you're going to push the Rainmaker, it's got to be a good push. You can't just, lackadaisically pick up the Rainmaker and see where it can go. You have to know that, hey, this could be the moment. If we want to win, we have to knock them out.
And now, again, it's the same kind of situation. You have 1 point remaining. You can play defense on literally the entire map at this point. They have to dunk it to get the win here. But you still want to keep your presence in mid. You still want to keep map control. You still want to keep the Rainmaker on the enemy side of the map. You want to make the Grillers have to really work for it. As you see them picking it up, they're saying, let's try to get it on their side. Let's try to milk some time off the clock here. Because there's still more than half the time left to go. The Grillers aren't winning the fights, but all it really takes is one quad and the game's over in the favor of the Grillers.
Yeah, and I mean, Grillers, they're doing a good job trying to get some more map control, but unfortunately now that is back on the side of Tub. And like you said, Tub, they have no reason to pick up this Rainmaker. They know, hey, we can lock them out. You can do this for 2 minutes. There's nothing in the game that says you can't, and that's exactly what they're doing. I think given the opportunity, they would try and pick up the Rainmaker if they know they can get away with it, but Grillers doing a good job contesting now. Able to get some picks, and Jamie now going to be picking up this Rainmaker, pushing up the right side, has missiles on them, have to avoid some of these suction bombs too, so going to be caught just for a moment. How far can they push up? They have Devi's support, and we have Sloth kind of behind. Maybe we'll see a flank come up and get the splat, and it looks like Sunny D is the one who's going to get the splat.
Yeah, I recognize Devi trying to get into the position to take advantage of the range that she brings with that Hydra, but obviously kind of difficult to do without some frontliner kind of leading the way for you, Peyton for you to get up top there. So again, first opportunity for the Grillers to do some damage in this set. 51 remaining, but no penalty points, no checkpoints. Doesn't really matter. Still some time to work with, but then again, Tub, get an opportunity. You should try to go for the KO. I mean, maybe not feed into the Nautilus like that, but still keep the Rainmaker on the enemy side, bleed some more time off, and get some more splats along the way.
Yeah, and I mean, they have a minute left, and so far they still have been able to push up this Rainmaker for just a little bit. But like you said, the sooner you do that, just the less you have to worry about, especially if something were to happen where the Grillers were able to maybe get to a two-player advantage and a lot of map control. That's when you start getting nervous if you're Tub. And Devi using her splashdown to pop the barrier now and just trying to stay alive at mid, doing a good job. Keeping some of their teammates safe, but now some of them are going to go down, and that's 3 players down for Grillers, and that's a wipe. This is exactly what Tub needs when they pick up the Rainmaker.
Are they going to get the KO? I guess is the question. It doesn't, I mean, 30 seconds remaining, and now they're just kind of taking care of the Griller players who are desperately trying to keep this game going a little bit more. Went for it, didn't get it shut down, but again, you're only going to get one more opportunity through the Grillers. You do have man advantage, so you can try to, okay, finally, that is a little bit of delay wipe, so maybe you can get a little bit of mid-map control and build up a little bit of momentum here, but, Sam is the last player I went grabbing that Rainmaker. I want Sam kind of leading the way.
Yeah, so Sam now trying to stay alive. 4v4. Jamie on the right side, and it looks like Taku on the left. Devi right by the Rainmaker. But this Tub team is set up pretty well, as we do see some suction bombs. We do see the Inkjet too. This is going to be hard. We don't know how much time is left on this Rainmaker. We have 35 seconds. You know, they're going to need to push this up, but it's definitely an uphill battle.
I mean, it just depends on who can get splats right there. Sunny D trying to come through the trench. One more player getting taken down. Sunny D, okay, Sam recognizes it. Gets the splat. One more player left alive. Is there an opportunity here?
It's just a kick shot.
Sloth's kind of stuck in that awkward area, but now the rest of the players are coming in. Only 11 seconds, though. You're running out of time.
They need to push forward.
Get it?
No!
The Squiffer says, no, we are shutting this down. Welcome to Rainmaker. And that was the first time we saw some people start to pop off here. And there's something going on, some technical issues with the Grillers they're dealing with here. Maybe some communication going on there. But, whoa, what a finish.
Oh, my gosh.
Rainmaker moment.
You know, initially I was thinking they just need to go. They need to go. They need to just try and get this, because some of these players are going to be flanking. But, you know, it's so hard when you have 15 seconds left on this Rainmaker, because that literally is a timer. Your Rainmaker will explode if that time runs out, and you will lose the game.
And that's the reason why you want to get more. Think about it. They stopped the Rainmaker with like 25 remaining in that opening push. If Devi can get a rev going and can just lock on that Rainmaker, they don't take it all the way to 1, they win that game.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
It's the little things. It's stopping those pushes early and holding on to it. Just let it reset.
Yeah.
Give yourself a chance. And they gave themselves the chance right there. Again, all of them immediately raised their hand. The Grillers did. I think they were experiencing some technical issues.
Yeah.
That's happened before. At Riptide, I was playing with Magic, and there was a game where Magic's audio just went out.
Yeah.
And Magic literally just took off their headset and just started screaming call-outs.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, and we won, but I mean, like, it's not like you can get a replay off of that. I'm assuming that was the issue. Is technical stuff, or maybe a DC. I don't know. We got back into the lobby. I don't know what. I don't know. Whatever happened, that game counts. I'm assuming because I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything weird happen at the end there.
As far as I know, and the fact that the score was updated. I know we don't see. Yeah, it's still
one
0-2,
player lost
so I would
audio.
assume Vincent, our lovely producer here, is informed of what's going on too. So,
as there is to kind of get it. So we do have a lobby being recreated on our end. But yeah, I'm curious what happened because as soon as that game ended, you saw all 4 Grillers just like raise their hand, which you got to do when you have an issue. Obviously, we still have issues. So we're being told somebody lost audio.
Yeah.
And probably played that whole. We don't know how long they lost audio. They might have had no communication.
Yeah.
Throughout that entire game, for all we know.
And
honestly.
think about how key communication is when you're pushing the Rainmaker in overtime. You need to tell your teammates where you are. You need to call out where the enemy team is. And it's so hard, but those things happen in LANs, and again, we assume this game will count. And
you can't replay that.
You can't replay that because you don't have a rule for it. The only rule we have are disconnects.
I don't even know what the DC rules are. I'm assuming some exist, but I mean, like, if you DC, it's not your fault.
No.
But if you DC with, 10 seconds left to go,
you can't replay
in
that.
Low Ink, in Low Ink, we'd make you do it. But then it's, I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Right.
And we don't have to actually look up rules.
Yeah.
But another thing with the audio is, since there's so much noise going on across the whole venue, the audio, the benefit of this is that you're locked in. It's just you and your 3 teammates. You're locked in your own world. And it just blocks out everything, and all you can hear is just your teammates' call-outs, which is great. But when you lose that, then all of a sudden all this other outside noise kind of seeps in. Not only can you not hear your teammates, the only thing you can hear is just people chanting for Kirby or whatever. Teletubby is what, it's like you're disconnected from the world that you want to be limited into. And so it's a huge disadvantage not having audio.
Absolutely, and the fact that when you're playing, and you guys have seen this on camera, but you're not facing your teammates. So when you talk, your mouth is not facing them. So
you're right next to
you're next to them, and they're spaced pretty far apart. So the leftmost and the rightmost person, they're probably a good 12-15 feet.
Because you got the headphones on, you can't hear somebody. You and me, we can hear each other.
Right.
Like, we can hear ourselves through our audio.
Right.
But if we can't hear that, I can barely hear you, and you're sitting right next to me.
I know.
So, if you lose VC, you just can't hear anything. That's literally Magic would scream out, and it was just me that could hear. I would do Magic's call-outs for him, just because I was sitting next to him, so the other ones can hear. But VC issues. It's not like you can just I'll just leave Discord when I get splatted and join back in. No, you're just stuck, and you got to play through it. Unfortunate, but Grillers can find a way to kind of rally around that somehow. But it sounds like we just kind of had to redo the room. I'm assuming the audio got
I saw the thumbs
right
up from the Grillers that they're all good. K-Bot, lovely, able to help them out with everything. And
K-Bot's getting very familiar with every single piece of equipment up on that stage, for better or for worse. And the day's just started here. But, hey, we're looks like we are going to get into a Game 3. Clam Blitz, where is this at? Piranha Pit? Is that where we're going to here? Yes, Clam Blitz at Piranha Pit. I love Hydra on this map. You can be aggressive with that sucker. You can play defensive. You can stay back on your side of the basket, or you could drop around the right side and just immediately go at the enemy. When you're popping the basket, you can sit there behind that block, and you play defense while your teams gather up clams. There's a lot of things here Devi can work with.
Yeah, and I mean that's what they're going to have to work with to potentially get a win. And based on how close they were, with Devi being a really good person supporting the Rainmaker, trying to push that at the end, it can happen on this next stage.
And it just, but again, Tub clearly kind of flexing, showing who they we're figuring out who these guys are on the fly. And the weapons they put down here in this packet mean absolutely nothing. I'm now getting more convinced it was just the meme other than the player who was using the Squiffer to great effect. Got the hero shot right there that might have saved them the game.
Right.
Shooting through like those other Gorilla players and landing directly onto the Rainmaker. So Tub trying to end this one here, get a 3-0. The tent's coming back out. We saw him use the hit. Okay, a little Hydra v Hydra action here. Special charge Hydra.
Special
Armor
charge.
spam Hydra. Okay.
Yeah, and 2 splatter shots as well. So I'm liking this. I'm liking this from Tub. Now they are going to have a quick player advantage as 2 players from Grillers are going to be going down. But now we have a 2v2. But again, like when you start off Clan Blitz, you're just you're getting a feel for where the enemy team is. You don't really have an agenda. It's more of I'm going to go over here and see what I see. It's just harder to kind of predict what is going to be coming up. So. Yeah, we are going to be starting off with a little bit of a stalemate, too. Sam is going to be in control of this left conveyor, but now the Tub players are able to push in, but using the help of Jamie's 10th Umbrella, are they able to get a few picks as an Inkjet comes out? Can they take him down? But Sam is alone, able to get a nice pick, but has no support right now as Tub has a power claim as they are trying to push forward, and another nice pick.
That was a bit of a panic special being popped there, just like the Inkjet just to stay alive, but made turn nothing into something, able to get a double, shutting down the push that Tub was trying to push out there, and now Taku able to come in and clean it up. Jamie able to get a nice pincer. Now, this is where I want you to go. You got the 2v4 advantage in Clan Blitz. Go. Don't worry about painting up things. You'll get clams as you go along. Put the pressure on. Now you got the Tub completely on the back foot. The Grillers are in control right now.
Right, you need to push up because you will paint when you get more clams after you score. You have to go back and grab some more, and that's a good time to do it. But now, again, just about a minute and a half in, still no score yet, so it kind of seems like a missed opportunity.
Well, they at least got map control. They built up a lot of clams, and they got Tub on the back foot. Hello, there's a little bit of a bomb there, and that can kind of slow things down a little bit. Sam been doing a good job leading the pack with 5KA, but the comp coming out here, like this anchor and pseudo-anchor comp that Tub is busting out here with that Squiffer Hydra combo, double splatter shot. And I guess, we talked about the special power-up. Maybe they're thinking, well, actually, the Squiffer's got armor too, so that, man, the more I look at Tub's comp, the more I start to question things, but right now they do have man advantage.
Yeah, they do, and this is a team that we will likely see be streamed again. But again, I'm still kind of surprised by no score. Nice flank there. Now Devi has spotted them, trying to knock them out a little bit. Ooh, and actually gets a Devi with the Autobomb. Will this be a triple? No. Taco going to get that pick. Just one player alive now on Tub. This is the opportunity the Grillers needed. They need to form this power claim, and they need to push forward. Sam now has a power claim, and Grillers have a lot of map control. Can they capitalize off of this? We see a push from the Brella. We see a stamp. Devi's on the power claim. Maybe they'll try and stay alive, but no, they are going to go down. That's a wipe.
That is a wipe, and now is your opportunity to get going. That we're talking about on the defensive side, it's a Hydra v Hydra matchup. As long as that Hydra gets set up in that spot, you can do a good job on defense as well as offense. Missiles getting wasted kind of early here in the push for Tub. As you see the rest of the players on the Grillers kind of swarming, they recognize that player going in from the tire areas, and Taku kind of Grillers doing a good job of working together. I always see Taku with Jamie, and they seem to be creating some pincer situations right here. In point, technically they did score, the Tub did, but not really got anything out of it.
Yeah, just one power claim, nothing to follow up, and this is a fun Piranha Pit stage. So I feel like sometimes when teams score, they can score big. So this is kind
snowballing.
It really does, but this is kind of a unique situation where we haven't really seen it quite yet. But Grillers, they're hanging in there. I mean, they just need one power claim and one claim to take the lead. Sloth going to get a nice snipe on Stamp, but now here comes a Stamp. Can they take down the Stamp or get taken down themselves? And they are going to get taken down.
Can't blame latency on that one. We're on a land, so the hammer arc just perfect right there. But this is, okay, so a lot of time is getting bled off the clock right now. Tub could technically win with the score like this. The Grillers have had opportunities. They just can't slip through. I think the positioning of the Tub players has done a good job of backing them out, but both Hydras go down on opposite sides. Sunny D trying to deal with this Inkjet with armor and forced to kind of back up a little bit. Oh, Tub's kind of getting bottlenecked into that right side a little bit there.
Yeah, Tub has
and Taku's cleaning up.
Tub has 2 power claims to work with as Dre is going to be pushing forward, but it's going to go down. What's nice for the Grillers is they still have their pity claim that they can pick up in case overtime happens. but it's going to be really hard because you're going to see that same aggression from Tub. Tub still now has some map control with a 1-player advantage. No power claim being formed quite yet, and Devi with a nice kill. 2 players down now on Tub. This is going to be a moment that Grillers need to capitalize on as they now form a power claim. Can they get to this basket and push forward? Missile's going to be coming out, trying to move the Hydra. They have a lot more map control right now, and we see Taku trying to flank, pushing over on the side.
Yeah, but those missiles are going to locate her. And, 2 players going down. This is your chance. Sloth doing some work in the mid, though.
That's going to be it.
Pop the basket. Can they find a way to get lead? They do. Can they get one more clam in to avoid overtime going down?
Devi and Taku,
and
you know what?
do. Somebody won a game.
Yes.
It's not a sweep on stream. My goodness. And that was, oh my gosh, I can't believe how low scoring that was. I can't believe both teams had such difficulty getting things across, but hey, Griller's showing some life there.
Yeah. You know, as hard it is to play a low-scoring game of Clam Blitz, it's so fun to watch once overtime happens. Because you know that when these teams score, that is make it or break it. You're not going to have these, power clams and then 1 or 2 clams, and then, okay, the other team's going to do it. You know that these teams are just neck and neck, and when they score, that is the opportunity to win.
Yeah, and that was, I think that map just worked better for the Grillers. You saw the comp change. I mean, Hydra Squiffer, that's a thing. But again, it worked good defensively. It was a very good defensive comp.
Yeah.
But when they pop the basket once and only get 20 points off of it, it's hard for them to create offense. Even though they were getting the splats, they didn't really have the speed to take advantage of the splats.
No, and that's what made it really hard. So each time one of the teams had more map control, that was the time you're like, you have to go, you have to go, you have to score.
Yeah.
And, the Grillers, they did it at the end, and you love to see it. You love to see it in overtime.
Yeah, and so now there you go. Like I said, talked about this a little bit earlier. The worst thing you can do is give the other team hype in an environment like this. Give them a little momentum, because that's the first time the Grillers have won on stream. And now they got a little bit of momentum to work with here.
They
now,
do.
I think that was just the map in particular giving them a little bit more of an edge over their opponent, because they didn't have to change their comp, while as Tub did. But now we're going to something a little bit more neutral, splat zones at Anchovy Games. If they had that E-leader before, you could bust that sucker out here.
Yeah.
But
we've only seen the Squiffer.
We've only seen the Squiffer on stream.
Right.
Yes. So we'll see what happens here. Grillers trying to stretch this one out to a Game 5 and possibly pull off a reverse sweep, but it's just going to come down to, honestly, if we see that Nautilus again.
And we do. And a blob.
And a blob.
All
Debbie dropping it. Double knot. That makes sense. Knots here really, really strong here, especially if you can get an inkjet off on the enemy fan area there. But yeah, Debbie blob. Not opting to go with more paint instead of the range of the Hydra.
Yeah, and now, we see Dre trying to flank, or at least feel out the left side to see if they could possibly hook in. But Griller's going to be able to capitalize that zone pretty quickly with the help of the blob suction rush, as some of these Tub players now being a little bit displaced, but trying to really push in too. And I think if you can control the fan, if you're Grillers and you can keep that fan up, you have the height advantage. It's really going to make things easier.
Zone just kind of going back and forth here in the early going. Devi can force to be a little bit more pushed up with the blob. I don't know. We knew Debbie could use blob. It's just able to get a nice splat right there on Dre, honestly. But yeah, just a little bit of the comp change right there, a little bit of the difference. I like that they're switching some things up. And so far but they don't have control of the zone at the moment.
No, this is looking really good now for Tub. Some of the Griller members, they are able to kind of stay alive and contest the zone here and there, but it's going to be hard for them to find their footing. Some of these Griller players were kind of coming in waves, and it just made it really hard to find their positioning. So every time Tub loses the zone, Grillers are able to take it back, and this is actually looking nice for the Grillers.
Junior gameplay live in person on the LAN right there, doing a good job of holding the zone.
Yeah.
But now obviously has to back off. The weapons that your Slayers are just kind of down right now, so you need them to come back. And that, again, you kind of pointed this out. The Grillers need to be doing that more. They need to wait for the rest of their teammates. They need to build up specials. They need to go in as a unit. And they're always trying to flank. That's probably Sam that's marked on the right side, but the Squiffer gets taken down by the blob that is Devi, but that's exactly the spot I was talking about. And without that Hydra, the Hydra could knock that down. The blob can't really do anything about that. So that just makes that Inkjet spot a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Tub in a position, they are controlling that fan. That's going to be really hard for the Gorillers to kind of push back in. They did have a player advantage and are now using some of their specials. Sam going to be inkjetting. Will be enough to capitalize this zone with the help of a suction rush, and they at least contest it, but can't quite cap it just yet as they have 3 players down. This looks like it will be game headed towards Tub's way.
Tub able to go 2-1 in group stage as the number 4 seed. We might have sort of underseeded those guys. Uh-oh, there.
Hey, but again, that's why we do these pools, to
Yeah.
put these teams in different brackets for later. So a wonderful set. So
Yeah, and obviously the Grillers, exciting finish to game 2. Sucks that they had audio issues going on there. Able to find a way in a low-scoring game 3, and I mean, it's just how tournaments work. Good experience for them. I believe they'll be down in bronze bracket unless they upset a Forest Fire as well. They'll be in bronze a little bit later today. So the day's not over for any of these teams, even though the group is done. Good news is we got through that entire group with limited technical issues. We got through it together.
we did, yeah.
And I think I think we gained a lot of time, too, that we were kind of behind there.
Yeah, you have some of these sets, and I think not all of them, but quite a few ended at 3-0. You know, we did have a few sets go to Game 5, but for the most part, it seems like we are caught up, and with minimal difficulties. You know, we had the audio issue from after Game 2 for the Grillers, but again, that was fixed, so we're very happy about that. But just goes to show that anything can happen at LANs.
Anything can happen. That's going to be what commentators are saying when they're doing grand finals with FT Win versus
anything can
happen. And I think that's going to do it for us. If Vincent can give us the thumbs up that we're going to be like doing a little transition right here, and that's what we were looking for. So you and I, we can just skip the whole introduce yourself kind of thing. We're both going to be on later.
Yeah.
Not together, but we will be making an appearance. I don't know who's on next for the group. I want to say Skep.
Nito is, I believe.
Nito, okay.
Nito. So this will be Nito.
Nito and Skep. Skep's
It's
doing
Nito's,
it with Nito.
So 2 people who have never commentated at a LAN before, but are both wonderful commentators.
Skep's done a ton of stuff for IPL. I'm
Right.
glad that they're getting the opportunity to be at a LAN here because people have been putting in work for these SOS tournaments. They deserve an opportunity to come on the big stage.
Part of the IPL family. So yeah, Nito's done Friday Night Frenzy plenty in the past.
Right.
So such a good commentator, and I think they're both very excited too, and that's what we love to see.
So we will take a quick break, and we'll be back with fresh commentators and a new group stage coming on. So stick around for that. You are watching Low Tide City on IPL.